Welcome to Solomon. My name is Scott Cullen. I help appraisers feel better. Appraisers feel better when they know how to support assignment results like effective age, remaining economic life, and sales grid adjustments. Let me walk you through this and connect some dots. This is the cost approach from page 3 of the 1004. The idea is to start with site value, add replacement cost, subtract depreciation, and add site improvements, and arrive at an indicated value by cost approach. The cost approach does not carry much weight in a residential assignment, but it is a great analytical tool. Many appraisers I have talked to have an easier time estimating market value than depreciation. If market value is $450,000, site value is $80,000, and site improvements are $20,000, then depreciated cost has to be $350,000. Depreciated cost is contributory value. Back to the normal layout. If total estimate of cost new is $500,000 and depreciated cost is $350,000, what is depreciation? Depreciation has to be $150,000 by definition. $150,000 is 30% of $500,000. The market does not pay for 30% of replacement cost. We call this accrued depreciation. This is the very important sentence from the Appraisal of Real Estate 15th edition. Residential appraisal forms are hardwired with something called economic age-life depreciation. Appraisers consider all elements of depreciation in one calculation. You don't need to guess about functional and external depreciation. You can extract accrued depreciation, accrued means all, using the analytics of the cost approach. More analytics of the cost approach. If replacement cost new is $500,000 and depreciated cost is $350,000, we know that depreciated cost is 70% of replacement cost. Why do you want to know this? You can use this to support sales grid adjustments for all categories that relate to cost. This is how you could support a bath adjustment. Notice that remaining economic life is 42 years. Recall that depreciated cost is 70% of total estimate of cost new. 70% of 60 years economic life is 42 years. These are the economic life assumptions from the data we license at Solomon. Quality class 4 is 60 years. We use national building cost. Their quality classes align with the UAD system of 1 being highest and 6 being low. Notice that the average cost per square foot increases as quality increases and decreases as the amount of GLA increases. Back to the cost approach. Two things to remember. Depreciated cost shows us the percentage of cost new that the market pays for the house. $350,000 divided by $500,000 is 70%. Remaining economic life shows us the same thing. 42 years divided by 60 years is 70%. Here's a column chart that highlights the analytics of the cost approach. The white column represents the market value of $450,000. The appraiser would not be involved in the valuation assignment if there were no land. We are real property appraisers. Let's assume that site plus site improvements equal $100,000. Taking this a step further, let's assume that the replacement cost of the building is $500,000. The total of site improvements, and replacement cost is $600,000. The market pays $450,000, so there must be $150,000 depreciation shown top right. Replacement cost is divided into two parts: depreciation and depreciated cost. If we divide 150,000 by 500,000, we see that the percentage of depreciation is 30%. 30% of the 60-year economic life is 18 years effective age. This means that contributory value of 350,000 is 70% of cost. 70% of the economic life is 42 years remaining economic life. So far, we have supported two assignment results: effective age and remaining economic life. Why is this important? There are many reasons, but let's start with USPAP. Standard Rule 1-3 states an appraiser must avoid making an unsupported assumption or premise about market area trends, effective age, and remaining economic life. Most appraisers are aware of the importance of supporting market area trends. I would say relatively few are aware that they should not be guessing about effective age and remaining economic life. I'm not sure of a better way to support effective age and remaining economic life than the cost approach. There is another reason. Knowing remaining economic life helps us support adjustments in the bottom half of the grid. More USPAP. Appraisers are responsible for research and analysis, and an appraiser must be aware of, understand, and correctly employ those recognized methods and techniques that are necessary to produce a credible appraisal. USPAP does not identify recognized methods. The Appraisal of Real Estate 15th edition does teach about recognized methods and techniques. Solomon helps you with both quantitative and qualitative methods of supporting sales grid adjustments. I like to start with depreciated cost because it is very efficient. Here is Solomon cost. Start by entering data in the white cells on the left. Start with an estimate of market value, top left. Most appraisers find it easier to estimate market value than depreciation. Remember, we are using the cost approach as an analytical tool, not as an approach to value. Enter site value, as-is value of site improvements, and zip code. I use the word base to keep the zip code multiplier out of the equation. You would normally enter the subject zip code to localize the cost data. Select the quality rating and use sketch data to enter the square footage, basement bath count, and fireplace count. Notice the contributory value calculator on the right. From opinion of site value down to market value estimate, this lays out like the cost approach on page 3. Click the Calculate button. The data entered on the left results in the calculations on the right. The appraiser has supported economic life, effective age, the percentage of depreciation, and the percentage of contributory value. The adjustment calculations support the bottom half of the sales grid. Each of the yellow highlighted adjustment fields can be calculated by applying the percentage of contributory value to the cost of one more bath, one more square foot of GLA, one more foot of basement size, one more foot of basement finish, one more garage stall or carport, porches, and decks. The brown highlight fields are adjusted sale price. Assuming you have sale prices in the grid, the adjusted sale prices will change as you make adjustments. This is important because we can use adjusted sale prices to analyze other grid categories with adjusted pair analysis and sensitivity analysis. If you have ever used paired data analysis and group data analysis, you have used sensitivity analysis. Sensitivity analysis is an umbrella term for paired sales, adjusted pairs, and group data. Why include adjusted pairs? Well, pure pairs are seldom found from the same market and location as the subject, so maybe we should adjust for those factors before we move forward. I have not found a pure pair since last September. I found pairs on the breakfast menu in the Hollywood Cafe at Planet Hollywood while attending the Appraisal Summit. The short stack includes 3 pancakes for $13.50. The tall stack includes 5 pancakes for $15.50. So, what is the pancake adjustment? The change of 2 pancakes results in a change of $2 market value. The pancake adjustment is $1 for a single pancake. The strawberry adjustment is $3.75, same as chocolate chips. Back to the bottom half of the sales grid. We are able to adjust the yellow fields because they relate to cost and we know the percentage of cost paid in the market. Let's take a closer look at the bath adjustment. This is replacement cost new, not the cost of remodeling to add a bath. If the market pays 70% of cost new, a bath adjustment of $9,800 is supported. I call this a unit adjustment. No square footage is involved. Garage stall adjustments start with the size of the garage. This 2-stall garage has 500 square feet at an average cost per foot of $61.88, totaling $30,940. If the contributory value percentage is 70%, an adjustment of $22,000 is supported. This is for 2 stalls compared to no garage. A 1-stall garage with 250 square feet at a cost of $74.24 totals $18,560. 70% contributory value reduces this to $12,992. This is for 1 stall compared to no garage. What is the adjustment for the difference between 2 stalls and 1 stall? It is the difference between the contributory value of 2 stalls and 1 stall, $8,700. This is the cost table for GLA from National Building Cost. Let's look at the Q4 Good Standard Quality Rating. Average cost per foot starts at $174.41 per foot for 700 square feet of GLA. Average cost per foot declines as the amount of GLA increases. At 5,000 square feet, the cost is $113.73 per square foot. To analyze this data, I start with average cost per foot and size on the left. Next, I multiply average cost by the amount of square feet to get total cost for each size house. This is set up with a scatter chart with total cost on the y-axis and size on the x-axis. The data points are the blue dots. The dotted line is called the line of best fit. The line has an equation top right. The equation states that any amount of GLA can be calculated by multiplying $104 times the number of square feet plus $53,000. The R-square statistic is called the coefficient of determination. This is the best definition I have found. For us, this means how much of the change in adjusted sale price can be explained by the change in a property characteristic. In our example, 100% of the change in total cost of GLA is explained by the change in the amount of GLA. Now we know the cost of 1 more square foot of GLA. Marginal cost is the cost of 1 more unit of production, So in this case, one more square foot of GLA. If economic life is 60 and effective age is 0, then the market pays 100% of the cost of GLA. If effective age is 18 years, then remaining economic life is 42 years. 42 years means 70% contributory value, so the GLA adjustment is 70% of 104. Remaining economic life is contributory value. We can use depreciated cost to handle the bottom half of the grid. All adjustment fields highlighted in yellow can be supported with depreciated cost. Now let's solve the top half. Adjust the blue fields, concessions, and market change because they affect the adjusted sale prices at the bottom of the grid. Now we can use sensitivity analysis for remaining adjustments. This is a bedroom count adjustment using the adjusted pair method. The 3-bedroom house has an adjusted sale price of $445,000, and the 4-bedroom house is $447,000. You can do this in your head, but it is good to see how the scatter chart and equation work. Now we have a third comparable with 3 bedrooms that has the same adjusted sale price as comp 2. Notice how the R square has declined to 0.25. Don't make this adjustment. We can see that the 4-bedroom comp 2 and 3-bedroom comp 3 have the same adjusted sale price. Sensitivity can be used for a site size adjustment. 2,000 square feet are worth 5,000, so we have an adjustment rate of $2.50 per square foot. Adding comp 3 with 14,000 square feet and adjusted sale price of $452 results in a different coefficient of X. The adjustment rate is $1.75. The R square is high at 0.94. I would make this adjustment. Sensitivity can be used for age adjustments. Maybe you have run into this. Let's say you are appraising a 25-year-old house in a small town where there is wide range of ages. Comp 1 is 20 years old and has an adjusted sale price of $360. Comp 2 is 35 years old and has an adjusted sale price of $355. And comp 3 is 95 years old with an adjusted sale price of $340. You need to use this comp because there are few sales, and this is very close to the subject in brackets GLA. The analysis shows an age adjustment of minus 262. For each year of age, the market sees a decline of $262 in market value. Recall the subject age is 25 years. The difference between 25 and 95 is 70, so 70 years times the adjustment rate of 262 is around $18,500. So 18.5 plus 340 is right between 355 and 360. Sensitivity can be used for things like condition, quality, and location by using a rank for the independent variable. I use a rank of 1 to 5, like a 5-star hotel being the best, 3-star average, and 1-star being the lowest. Here we have an average condition ranked as 3 with adjusted sale price of $440,000. Comp 2 is better condition with a rank of 4. The adjustment rate is $25,000. When you explain this adjustment in your report, describe it as adjusted pair analysis. When you have more than 2 comparable sales, use the term sensitivity analysis. Using all the data, the condition adjustment is $22,500 by sensitivity analysis. The independent variable can be condition, location, quality, anything that you can rank. That is an overview of Solomon. Our website is solomonappraisal.com. A recording of this webinar is available by clicking video links and webinar recordings. We have a free 14-day demo subscription. Click subscribe and then the Order Now button. This will bring you to the subscription page where you can click the Sign Up button for the free demo. No credit card is required. Thanks for being here today. Please drop me an email with questions.